G'day. I stand before you not just as an advocate for our agricultural industry, but as someone deeply concerned about the truth and the integrity of our work. As farmers, we are facing a coordinated attack on our livelihoods, driven by a vocal minority that often resorts to deceptive tactics. It is time to shed light on these practices and ensure that the real story is told. We are all here because we care about the welfare of our animals. We are committed to maintaining high standards and continually improving our practices. However, there are those that are willing to undermine our efforts through deceit and manipulation. I want to bring to your attention some undeniable events where animal activists have paid people to stage or exacerbate animal welfare situations to serve their own agendas. One of the most notable cases involves PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. In 2008, 2 PETA employees were arrested and charged with animal cruelty after they were found dumping the bodies of dead animals that they had taken from shelters, supposedly to find them homes, but instead euthanised them and discarded their bodies in rubbish bins. This incident is a stark reminder of how even organisations that claim to champion animal rights can engage in questionable practices. In Australia, the organisation Animals Australia has also been implicated in deceptive activities. In 2011, Animals Australia was accused of paying Indonesian slaughterhouse workers to mishandle cattle, creating footage that shocked the nation and led to a temporary ban on live exports to Indonesia. This action had devastating economic consequences for Australian cattle farmers, who were already adhering to rigorous animal welfare standards. Another example is the case of the Animal Liberation Group in New South Wales. In 2018, it was revealed that they had paid an individual to provide them with footage from a pig farm. This footage was heavily edited to paint a picture of widespread abuse, despite the farm in question following industry standard practices. These incidents are not just isolated examples, they are part of a broader strategy employed by some activist groups to manipulate public perception and policy. They rely on sensationalism and shock value to advance their agendas, often at the expense of hardworking farmers and the truth. What happens when these deceptive tactics lead to misguided policies? We only need to look at the case of the feral camel industry in Australia. I have long advocated for a sustainable market for the feral camels. Yet, the economic pressures and lack of a viable market has made this an uphill battle. If the live export market for sheep is dismantled, we will see a similar situation. Farmers will be forced to destroy their stock because transporting them to an abattoir will be financially unviable. The genetic lines and herds that have been meticulously developed over decades, if not generations, will be lost. This is akin to destroying a piece of living art. It's heartbreaking and unnecessary. These extremist activists, in their misguided zeal, are no different from those who vandalise art and heritage with paint and oil. Their actions are violent, destructive, and utterly disrespectful of our heritage and livelihoods. It is time for us to demand accountability. These activists must face real consequences for their actions. We cannot continue to reward their behaviour, and that's what this ban is doing, rewarding and encouraging violent activism. I urge all of you to stand firm. We must protect our industry, our way of life, and most importantly, the truth. Let us continue to raise our voices against these deceptive tactics and ensure that the real Australian story of agriculture is told. And as a final note, I want to draw your attention to an upcoming event of crucial importance. On Friday, June 14th, there will be a public hearing at Muresk, in which the House Standing Committee on Agriculture will be hearing from those most affected by the ban of live export of sheep by sea. This ban, as we know, has been significantly influenced by the actions of these extremist groups. I encourage everyone to attend. Listen closely for mentions of cash for cruelty and be vigilant. While there, please look out for the members of the Shooters, Fishers and Farmers Party, WA. Have a chat with us and let us know what we can do for you to promote an economically and environmentally sustainable future for Western Australia. Thank you all for your support. Together, we will keep the sheep, preserve our industry, our heritage, and safeguard our future.